What's up, everyone? You know who I am. I'm Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw. Yeah, check us out on YouTube. And we're going to be dropping a little more Fantastic Four. Issue 63, Blastar the Living Bomb. Yes, you saw him in the last issue, and now you get to see him strut his stuff as he continues a tirade of damage with his new ally, the Sandman. Will they finally be able to destroy the Fantastic Four? We will find out today. Yeah, there's a big blast comes out of nowhere. Previously celebrating, they got Reed out of the negative verse. All of a sudden, a huge blast. And like Reed said, everything's coming down like mud pies. Boom, boom, boom. Everyone's shocked, wondering what's going on. And yet, Reed goes out to investigate him. Boom, something shoots him down. Thing catching him. And Reed saying that beams came out of this man's fingers. This is a new villain they're dealing with. And Reed is just as shocked and surprised as anyone else. Of course, our inhuman friend decides to fly up there and see what he's doing. He does have comparable strength. He tries to hit him with everything that he has, trying to take Blastar by surprise. But, despite his valiant effort, there is more than one player in this game. The Sandman is with him, and with a blast of sand, he blinds him, and Blastar takes the advantage and beats the unholy hell out of him, knocks him out. And as they're having a moment of celebration, figuring out what their next move is going to be and who they're going to take out next from the Fantastic Four. But of course, they're having a little argument, so Sandman grabs him and starts walking away. And this is interesting. Sandman's powers have actually took quite a significant boost. Meanwhile, Johnny and Crystal are trying to get a little time together after being separated for so long. I guess they're going on a date. But Sandman and Blastar just start walking right through the middle of New York. The cops stop them. They fire a new gadget they have for the Sandman. It's actually like turning him into cement, hardening him up so he can't really use his abilities. But the Sandman is just too good with his powers. And Blastar takes care of the laser beam as Sandman pops out of the little concrete prison they try to put him in. Of course, Johnny Storm, he goes, flame on, runs right for them. And this is Johnny's main problem. He's actually more impetuous than the Thing. He just charges right into it. And of course, Blastar gives the monologue, I am Blastar. I will destroy you all. Just a basic, villain motif. And of course, Sandman's thinking, man, we gotta get out of here before the cops get called and I go back to jail. I don't want to go back to jail. I just got a cool costume. I want to rob some banks. So the Sandman puts up a little block to try to stop Johnny Storm. Blastar kind of teams up with him, uses his abilities to kind of shatter the sand, making rocks fly everywhere. And right when he's about to bring down the curtain on Johnny Storm, Thing pops out of nowhere and BAM! Hits them both. Of course, the Sandman dumps out of his costume and sort of disappears, while Thing is left to deal with Blastar and the Torch. And as you can tell, he just knocks Ben Grimm over. And Ben Grimm's been knocked over a few times. So this guy is very strong if he's able to do this, especially with these laser beams coming out of his fingertips. And him and Thing begin to fight. And he tries to turn his fingers against him, which is kind of interesting, but that usually never works. They're usually immune to their own power, villains at this level. So Thing's going to have to come up with another strategy as he throws him over, but the fight is not over. Thing has fought the Hulk. Thing is no slouch. He knows how to fight. And he says that it's clobbering time as they go back and forth, beating the crap out of each other. And Thing's going to stand tall, walk tall. He's going to keep fighting until he can't fight anymore. Meanwhile, Thing is taking care of the Inhuman Fish guy, as they're trying to figure out another way to beat this Blastar guy. Reed knows that despite the most valiant efforts, Thing is only going to last so long. But Reed has something stashed away, as always. Of course, the Sandman pops out of nowhere, rolls Thing up in a big burrito, and is heading him off to the lake, or the ocean. And Blastar, of course, is doing his little speech. He got close to Crystal, and she just unleashes her powers of nature on him. Poof. Now this pisses Johnny off as he fires a beam at him. And this is around the time when they discover that Johnny could go supernova, but he's not quite there yet. And he hits him with a full fire blast, which really does nothing to Blaster except piss him off. And of course, the thing gets dumped off the harbor, and he goes sinking into the black void of the water. And this is really smart by Sandman, taking out one opponent so they can focus on the other one. Of course, Thing wakes up. Thing is actually able to hold his breath for a fair amount of time underwater. And he comes up through the dock, smashes it, and tries to bring the Sandman down into the water where he's weakest. It's harder for him to keep together his sand molecules when there's all kinds of water. Anyways, the Sandman, learning from this mistake, obviously too, drifts away, leaving Thing by himself. Of course, Reed's trying to come up with a plan, a device, a gizmo, and Blaster takes a shot at Sue Storm, and she blocks it with her invisible force field. As Reed comes out of nowhere, puts this helmet on him, or tries to, boom, he gets shot. And this is where Reed's kind of panicking because he can't get this helmet on. He's telling everyone to run for the shelter, but Johnny Storm isn't having any of it. He decides to fight, and he's about to close the curtains on Johnny Storm. Reed puts this helmet on, neutralizing his powers as Reed knocks him out with one punch. Beats the brakes off him. And as they capture Blaster and they begin wrapping everything up, they wonder what happened to Sandman. So do I. Will we find out? Maybe. I'll catch you on the flip side.